Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for March 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for March. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Also, I do want to apologize for my voice in advance because I've come down with this seasonal cold. I can't shake it, but it's also mixed in with a little bit of hay fever. So my voice may cut out from time to time. So I will silence any like major coughs there. But I just thought I'd warn you before I start. Anyway, let's move away from the energy. March is upon us already. And it's certainly going to arrive with a very dreamy, poetic energy where you will feel supercharged with lots of new ideas during this super new moon. You'll feel championed by the universe to make progress with your personal dreams and goals. And Neptune and Pisces can help you visualize to manifest great opportunity, prosperity, or even romance. But it can also trick us all into living fully in our imaginations without taking any action to make those visions become a reality. So March really is a month of being super honest with yourself of where you need to move forward and where you have been potentially procrastinating. Okay, I don't like that energy as much as you probably don't, but it is the time period, so I do have to mention it. You know, March really is the month to recognize that things are going to change, okay? That dreamy energy from the 25th of March will end with a bump, and it will leave a lasting impression too. For this month, it throws us straight into eclipse season. And of course, Mercury retrogrades at some point as well, so that's in the middle of the month. So it's going to be all go, go. Eclipse season tends to be a very intense time, full of plot twists, and eclipses can actually be akin to a tower moment, flinging us out of our comfort zone and onto the right path. It can be a very thrilling and positive ride, but only if you don't hold on too tightly to something that is not good for you, that you know that is not good for you. This is the month to get back on track though, especially if you strayed away from your resolutions or your intentions. This eclipse, it will take place in the sign of Libra. So anything that feels out of balance or isn't right, or if a situation is toxic, it will be cut out completely. This includes relationships, friendships, food substances, and if you have been the one who's been falling into toxic traits due to either unhealed trauma or pressure, you will be super honest with yourself as well to heal or to seek help to evolve away from limiting patterns. Now, even food substances, as I mentioned there, or household substances will be under the microscope this month. Because basically you may develop an allergy or an intolerance to something, which leads you to cutting it out completely altogether there. Eclipses, they really have a way of influencing us and encouraging us to shed anything that doesn't enrich you on your soul's path there. Also, eclipses, they can heavily affect tectonic shifts. Okay, so this is a big one. I really hope nothing major happens, but it means March could see some major earthquakes or volcano erupting. So I would just say, if you live in an area where this is a potential, just watch out for that. You know, the eclipse is going to be a little bit darker than usual, so it just means the seismic activity is increased. Okay, let's put it that way. But I'm really hoping that nothing major happens there. Now, a couple of planets. Oh, that's a lot of cards that just popped out for you there. I was just about to say a couple of planets also become hidden during the month of March, namely Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Saturn, which means on a personal level, it's actually a prime time for you to work behind the scenes on either projects or personal transformations that will be very beneficial later on for you there. Let me just get this for you. 7 of Cups, 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups, and 9 of Pentacles. Loving that energy there for you. Now, also, when Venus in particular becomes hidden in the sky, it can actually influence economic realities. So I want you to be aware of that. There may be some shifts behind the scenes that are not openly discussed in terms of economics. It's readily there if you go searching for it, but it's not really on the surface. So for example, figureheads of old money, famous people, rich people, selling off stocks and shares or property at an alarming rate, perhaps preparing for an economic shift to come. I did mention in my yearly readings to watch out for financial shifts from September, October, and November, due to the planetary similarities to previous economic challenges. So perhaps there's something shifting right now that is going to be the lead up to some changes at the end of the year. Now, also, we may see some whistleblowers trying to draw light to these epic shifts, and politically, reshuffles could also occur this month, and a major political official could even stand down or be asked to leave their position. This is a month to expect the unexpected, and that includes weather patterns as well, okay? But personally, though, it's a transformational month to keep things moving with simplicity, to stay on track and keep forging a way towards your abundance and your goals, whilst protecting what you've achieved so far. And you are going to be influenced by your 10th house of ambition and your 5th house of, pleasure, fun. So that 10th house, you'll have the energy, the drive, and the motivation to get projects finished. You're going to be in a very doing mode. Your tasks will be done. In business, if you're in a career, you'll elevate to make your mark on the particular part of the world that you want to establish your reputation in. And of course, you'll be successful there, full of great ideas and destined for the top. And on a general level, if it's not connected to career, you'll be more organized and focused to hit your targets or projects, whatever they may be. You're just going to have a lot more energy to move forward and get stuff done. But also the 5th house takes over, and that's the pursuit of pleasure, really letting your hair down, going out having fun, accepting invitations, coming out of your comfort zone, seeking more spontaneity and excitement. Some of you may pick up a hobby during this time or revamp your love life. If you're currently single, you may find somebody new, or you may, you've even got the Page of Cups there. So if you are looking for love, I definitely see there is a potential for new love there for you this month. Venus is hidden, so it means that, it'll be a slow burn relationship. It won't turn into a high level commitment until later on, once March has passed. But, the spark, the frisson will be there. This is a perfect time with the 5th house to channel your energy into creative projects. So it's a perfect time to either launch a business or reignite a spark in a current relationship that you have as well. But it's basically about going out there and having fun, celebrating, and, just enjoying the moment. Now, your first card there is the Roaring Moon. Okay, and it says here, show your power to your oppressors. This is a time where you are thriving, you're elevating, and you are having a major glow up in your world. This is about you establishing your boundaries, really looking at the powerful position that you're in. Sometimes you may not feel like it, but I feel you are in a really good position right now. And you are going to go from strength to strength. This is about you breaking the chains from the past, but also, it says here, attention, fearless, fiery drama. You're definitely removing drama from your life. The Hierophant there is like you've learnt, you've matured, and you're stepping away from things that, affect you in a negative way. And also you're looking at what you have to offer in life, okay? You're getting to know yourself on a deeper level. Also, that Page of Cups there indicates that some of you are embracing that sense of your inner child to find more spontaneity, more fun, more excitement, to live in the moment, and that life is too short to have that heaviness. So I feel, it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. We all have to pay bills. We all have responsibilities, but I feel like you are trying to really nurture that playful side of yourself that you may have felt was missing for a little bit of time there. But I feel, if anyone done you wrong in the past, these people, there is a nostalgic energy about in your reading. It's gone super cold. It just feels like, people are thinking about you, and these people, some of them, they may have done you wrong, either disappointed you, let you down, betrayed you in some way. They're searching you out. They're actually thinking about you. Now, I'm not saying that they're actually going to reach out. I mean, there is one person here who really wants to talk to you, who wants to find a solution. This could be a friend that you used to, be close with, but you've drifted apart, or it could be an ex. It could be someone who wants to make things right. And with the Five of Wands there in this position as well, it could mean that they want to resolve a problem. They want to resolve an issue with you. And I would be a little bit mindful, because you are having a glow up. You're a different person now, and I definitely get this sense that you're above this drama. I mean, you may let bygones be bygones. There is a potential to heal this, because you do have the star there. But I feel more than anything, they're just going to watch you thrive. So if someone didn't support your goals or dreams, or told you that you couldn't do something, even if it was like a tutor, a teacher that's still around, they may actually see you step into your position of power and be like, I was wrong about Gemini. They'll eat their words. That's the energy that I'm getting. For some of you, if you want to be in the public eye, and this is like a really high energy that just sparked there, if you are an entertainer, or you are someone who is very highly creative, and you want... some of you are the product, as it were. You are the instrument of creativity, and I definitely see that people will notice your skills. Some of you could be launched into the public eye in some way. There could be a role that comes on there. If you are someone who's on social media, you're an influencer, I definitely see that more people are attracted to whatever it is that you're doing, and you are highly respected at what you do. I see it increasing, and more fame, more prosperity, more money coming in for you. On a more local level, if you're working in an industry, you're in a career, for example, the star energy indicates you're being recognized for someone who is highly gifted and really talented at what you do. And you're being elevated here. The Nine of Pentacles indicates there could be some sort of independent role coming through. It could be like a position of managerial work, or a CEO, or a partner of a company. There's an energy here of promotion, where you're going to increase your finances. I feel like you could be tapped for a bonus or a raise during this month as well. I mean, there is economic uncertainty, and there are some restructures going on within the job market. So not every company is going to thrive in that way, but I feel like you are someone who is an asset to any working environment, and I feel there's an indication that someone wants to give you an incentive to stay, even though some of you with that Ten of Swords may desire to leave. Okay, so I'm just seeing that there as well. But this indicates that you're someone who is in a very strong position. You're feisty, you're talented, you're gifted, and you're strong. The lion there is the king or queen of the jungle. So I feel like things have been difficult, but you're retaining your sense of authority, integrity, and power in a situation. Now, this could be something that's more local, like in relationships, people respecting what you have to say. But it could also you being paying a lot of attention to you overcoming things that were difficult in the past. For example, eclipse season tends to throw up stuff from the past. So you could remember a time that you were bullied, for example, and you could think about that time that person made you feel really awful about yourself, or really hurt you in some way. And it's like, if only they could see me now, is the energy that I'm getting. Well, actually, they can see you now, because I feel this is a time period where people are thinking about the past and thinking, I wonder what Gemini's up to. I wonder what's going on there. So if you are in a position like in social media, or you have like a social media platform, even if you're not famous or in the public eye, someone could be researching you behind the scenes to see what you're up to. Now, you're having a glow up here. You're presenting as having a glow up, and I feel that, this person could reach out. So you could actually hear from someone in the past, just suddenly reach out and say, hey, we used to go to college together. And you're like, yeah, you used to bully me. Or, and they're like, how are you doing? Fancy meeting up. And you're like, what? So you obviously get to decide what it is you do with that situation. But I feel there's someone from your past that perhaps you are kind of glad that they're in your past. They want to reach out because they see that you are full of potential. You are thriving. And, I feel they want a piece of it. So just watch out for that, because, you know, if people were not around when you were going through difficult times, they certainly don't deserve a piece of your life when you are thriving and happy and joyful, okay? So I feel like you're looking at that sense of value there. Now, a lot of you with the Hierophant are thinking about increasing your knowledge in something. So, you know, you are voracious when it comes to knowledge. You're like a sponge. You like to absorb everything that you read, and, you know, you're always thirsty for more knowledge. So some of you are actually looking at either booking a course of learning or study. Some of you are eager to learn a little bit more about yourself, so you're looking at your belief system. Some of you are also diving a little bit deeper into spirituality this month. The Hierophant also indicates that some of you are thinking about getting serious in a relationship. So if you're already in a relationship, some of you may discuss marriage with your partner, or, you know, your partner may actually pop the question suddenly this month as well. Some of you also, if you're single, it could be that you're thinking that actually long-term you want to be in a high-level commitment, and you're deciding to put yourself out there a little bit more to meet someone new. Now, I actually see you doing something for you. So if you are looking for love, it may be that you embark on a course of study, or you you know, return to college in some way, and there's a spark frizz-on between you and someone new there. I mean, the Hierophant is about new knowledge, but also retaining old knowledge. You're establishing yourself in something, and I feel if you are working for a company, or you're working in an industry, people in positions of power, or people who are notable, who can help you, are noticing what you do and want to elevate you. So there's definitely some sort of indication here of you elevating. For some of you, it could be that you're thinking about launching your own business. You may be utilizing your skill set, but also building new knowledge in order to launch something new. The Nine of Pentacles is an independent energy. So some of you are thinking about launching that new business where you can make money on your own terms. Some of you, it could be like second streams of income, duality there. But it says here on this card, connect to your inner wisdom, time to choose a new path or direction. Now, I do feel that more money is coming your way. New money is what I'm being given. Not just more money, but new money. So this could be like a rebate, or it could be you know, perhaps it's a bonus, maybe it's a raise, or it's you launching something secondary. Or some of you, if you have been out of work for a while, if you left a position, or you're currently looking for something, you're made redundant, I definitely see that there is a new opportunity coming in here that uses your skill set, that really needs the knowledge that you have. So have confidence in your abilities. I know that the job market is really difficult out there at the moment, and it can feel like you're wasting your time, or it can feel like there's nothing out there, and it just feels a little bit daunting. But there's definitely something to come here where it feels like the end of you searching for something. Now, for those of you who are not in a career, and this is you soul searching for something, I feel like you discover that missing piece. You have a moment of clarity, and I feel like you find a lot of your peace, of course, in the present moment. Happiness comes from within, but also I feel like you're just getting to know yourself in a deeper, richer way. You're looking at your belief system. You're really thinking about things that you love doing, and really kind of like looking at things that you waste time on, that you think, well, why am I doing that? I don't enjoy it. So I feel like you're really like owning it this month, and beyond, actually. But I feel like you're just looking at what's important to you, and I get a sense here as well that you're in a position to help people. Okay, so some of you, now this could be through either giving advice to people or people that you love. I mean, I feel like there may be a younger person who comes to you for advice, and you give them really good advice there. Doesn't really matter about the age. It could be someone older as well, but I'm picking up a younger energy. So it could be that they're more mature, but they just have a very playful spirit about them. But someone comes to you for advice, and you really give them solid advice, and they love it because you give them honesty. You don't sugarcoat, okay? But also you give both sides because you are that sign of duality. So some of you may even think about going into teaching or being a mentor in some way to somebody, or to people. It could be that also that you have a lot of knowledge that you want to share with other people. So some of you may be even building like a course of learning or a course of study for others to enjoy and be enriched from, but at the same time, bring in some extra money there. So it could be that you're creating a course that you're going to put online, and it just ticks over in the background. There's something that's coming there as well. But I'm really getting this energy of like finding a mentor as well. So some of you may find someone that you really respect, that you look up to, that helps you be on the path that you are desiring, because the Page of Cups You know, that's about following your bliss. It's about looking in that cup that initially is the dream. And it's the dream of something that you love. But that fish then pops out. I mean, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Page of Cups is a page holding, of course, a cup. Water represents the dream, the goal, the vision, and then that fish pops out. Fishes, they represent abundance, prosperity. So it means something that you envisage or something that you dream or that you are working towards, it will be prosperous. And pages bring news. So I feel like you gain new knowledge or wisdom in the month of March because you get some sort of new correspondence that sets you up for a celebration this month. I feel like there's something good there, something really positive that makes you breathe easy as well. So it could be the news that you've been waiting for that you're like, oh, okay, it's all good, it's fine. I just feel like there's a sense of relief there as well. Now, also, I'm seeing that the month of March for you is an important month regarding documents, getting organized, getting everything in order. Some of you may be filing things. I mean, it feels very administrative, okay? But I feel important documents, make sure you check your hard copy mail. You don't want to miss anything there. It could be a check or something that is very important. And, you know, everything's so digital these days that you may be expecting something to come in digitally, but it comes in hard copy. So just watch out for that there. Now, the Page of Cups, of course, is really about being open-hearted, open to opportunity, to be as positive as possible despite circumstances. I know the world is a very crazy place. It has been forever, but the last couple of years has ramped up that level of crazy. So I feel like you're really trying to focus on the positive and not allow fear or low vibrations affect you, even though you're fully aware of what's going on and you're not ignoring what's going on around the world. I feel like you're trying to create this sanctuary of peace, manage stress levels, and just process what you are in control of in this present moment. And that's a really positive energy to be in, okay? But also, the Page of Cups is like all the adventures that you could be having. You know, I feel, you're trying to be in the flow of life, that you're trying to be a little bit more like curious about what's out there. Pages are very curious. So it's like, what does your heart yearn for? I feel like you're going to connect to that. You're not wasting your time with anything that doesn't enrich your soul. And also with the Page of Cups, this is to basically follow your heart. And the money will flow from there. So a lot of you have great ideas that are going to be followed through with. And I feel any action you take, it's going to be very lucrative. But also there's a sense of making an impact, having a sense of purpose, making a difference is what I see here. And I feel like you're looking at that sense of purpose and applying it to all areas of your life. Even if you're retired, this is about projects that really mean something to you. This is about you developing your knowingness, your spiritual gifts, but also really, falling in love with your belief system as well and knowing what makes you you. So I really feel like there's a big soul searching month going on there for you, but also it's about recognizing your power, your empowerment as well, because sometimes we have moments of doubt or lack of confidence, but I feel like you're recognizing that that is kind of like an imbalance in your energy. What's the point in allowing fear to overcome you? So I feel like you're actually really trying to control that part of you and just nip it in the bud, quieten that inner critic is what I see there as well. Now, we also have the Autumn Moon, and it's in the reverse. Now, this can indicate that you're currently working on something. It hasn't fully finished yet, and you're going to really enjoy working on it, but it's still, the goal isn't fully in sight yet. It just feels like you're working towards something. Well, you will reach your goal, okay? I want you to be aware of that. It actually says here, your planted seeds are ready to harvest, but it's in the resistance position. So it feels like in March, things are not ready fully to harvest or things are not fully realized. If you're thinking about launching something, whether it's a big move or a big change in your life, or you're thinking about launching a business or even revamping a look, I would definitely say don't do it in and around the eclipse date, because that's when you may have to revisit whatever it is that you're changing. It means it won't go as smoothly as if you did it on other days. It doesn't mean it's going to be negative or like fail. It doesn't mean that at all. So I don't want anyone being paranoid, but it does mean that you may need to revisit it, or you may have to pay it extra attention long term because it feels, a little bit chaotic in and around that date. But anything that's in the reverse, it will turn into the upright. So that means that you're going to get some sort of joyful news that sees like the end in sight. Okay, it just feels like projects will be finished at the end of March, or I feel it's more in the cusp, beginning of April for you. Something will come to like a finalized state, and I feel like, you are on the right path. Sometimes we doubt it, or sometimes we even feel like we're floundering, or it just feels like stagnancy, that we're doing the same old thing every day, and it just chips away at our motivation. It's like, is the end ever in sight? Will I ever reach that goal? Well, the answer is yes, you will reach that goal, okay? So now we also have the Justice card, okay? It's in the resistance position. So this can indicate that some of you may need to make some adjustments in the month of March, because there is an easier way to do whatever it is you're doing, okay? You may not have discovered that, but you will discover it. There is clarity in the month of March for you. I'm being shown an easier path. Maybe you just approach it in a different way, okay? You are making progress in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Please apply it to your situation, because it's going to be different for everybody. But it says here, with the Five of Wands, I feel like some of you may have been entering into a very competitive arena for something. Okay, there may have been a bit of tension recently, or a little bit of pressure. Things will work out for you. If you're going through some sort of court case or legal dispute there, I feel like there has been some underhanded play, okay? I feel there's been some unfairness, let's put it that way. And I feel it's ongoing, is what I see. It will be resolved, and it will work in your favor. There is a positive outcome here. Don't worry about it too much, but you must lead with integrity. And if there's anything that you feel is integral to this, you must speak up and say it, or have documented proof. Also, if, for example, you're in a working environment, or you're in a relationship or a friendship, for example, and you feel something isn't being fully spoken about, or you're not sure about something, or you don't trust something, write it down, document it, keep documented proof there, because you may need to refer to it at another date. Again, I don't see anything really super negative there, but I feel, just keeping an eye on things. If, for example, you feel there's someone abusing their power in a situation, especially in the working environment, you may want to take some sort of dispute to HR, but I would definitely say write down things, document proof, times, dates, what was said, what's going on there, just so that you have, proof there. And if someone is trying to make your life a little bit of a misery, or micromanaging you in the working environment, make sure you get those people to write things in email form, so you also have documented proof there of what's going on, because you may take this to HR later on, okay? I don't like to give that message, but it is coming through, so I have to mention it for some of you who may be dealing with that. Now, some of you beautiful Geminis, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. You may be going through a divorce, okay? And, it's ongoing, but it will work out in your favor. I mean, it feels like it's a very slow divorce, is what I see there. Someone really not playing ball, or someone really like trying to put a spanner in the works there. This person, it feels like they are going to try and be a little bit unfair or dishonest, okay? But with the Five of Wands, again, I keep saying, lead with integrity. Document everything. Make sure you have proof of everything. And I feel, you will be successful. Justice will prevail, okay? Because anything in the resistance position, it will go into the upright when the moment is right, especially at the end of March there, okay? Now, trust that justice will be done. Adjustments will need to be made, okay? So, some of you may hear that your divorce is finalized towards the end of March into April time, but moving away from the energy and sending so much love through to you all if you're going through that. The Justice card in this position can also indicate, you missing an important document. So I just want you to be aware, hard copy mail, please check it, check your spam folder, check everywhere, right? Because I feel this energy of either maybe even a document or a package going missing in the mail. So you may have to chase it up. I don't like giving that message, but it is coming through. But the majority energy I get is an important document that has the potential to be missed, and it may even have like a due date on it, or like an important date, like a a deadline, and you may want to make sure you get it in good time. For example, I'm going to pull a card on it. It could be like a traffic fine, right? And it could be like a speeding fine or something like that. You don't want to miss it, because if you don't, Ten of Pentacles, I mean, the main energy is really positive. It just feels more than anything that it's like extra money because you got the Ten of Pentacles there. So that can indicate like maybe a rebate or a check or something that comes through. Or it could be also an increase in like your pension, or an increase in like some sort of savings plan, or and you may need to sign it off, or you may need to fill in a form. For example, if you get benefits or something like that, it could be that you need to fill in new forms that are coming in. And if you don't, it means that you miss out. There's like a date there. So just check that out. That's definitely what's coming through. Really interesting. Just hearing thunder in the distance here. So I just feel it's like something you need to pay close attention to, okay? Yeah, so I'll leave it like that. For some of you, if you're in the family business, it could also mean that you need to make some adjustments there. If there's been a bit of a lull in the family business, or if you are an entrepreneur and there's been a bit of a lull in business, things are going to pick up. Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you may need to make some adjustments there, but I feel like you've got this, and you are going to increase your profits there as well. Okay, yes, there's a lot of pressure. Take the pressure off by finding solutions rather than worrying about, how things are going. I definitely see that you are super intelligent and full of ideas in the month of March. You got this. In fact, I'm being given that you may even dream about a solution. The brain is like a supercomputer. If you're worrying about anything, just sit with it for a moment, and then when you sleep, the brain works at trying to find a solution. So you may dream of a solution, or you may wake up just knowing what to do next. Okay, so you will get clarity in the month of March there. And also, I'm sending a huge hug out there to anyone who's been going through a bereavement. Okay, so much love. There are literally no words. It's difficult. So some of you may have to deal with estates, or with inheritance, and the last thing you probably want to do is deal with that. But I feel like there's a logical part of your brain that is taking over, and it just feels so sort of like you're in limbo, like you have all this feeling, and you're in grieving, but at the same time you have to be like organized and logical about sorting through stuff, and it's hard. Okay, some of you may hear about like an estate being read out, or inheritance coming in during this month, but there needs to be paperwork. So some of you will have to go through that, and it can feel like a monumental task, but you will get through this. Okay, and you've got this, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there. Okay. Also, I feel, this person who has passed that you may be dealing with this estate, they're giving me an energy. I'm seeing like a heart and a feather. Okay. It feels, I'm just seeing this right now. It's a little bit like this. Oh, I just want to give this to you here. It looks a little bit like a little red heart. It's not exactly like this. I'm seeing it in the water right now because I'm scrying, but there's also a little feather that's on it. So either you've got like some sort of heart-shaped ornament, and you're going to find a sudden feather on it, or perhaps you're going to be walking down the sidewalk and see like a billboard that has a heart and a feather, or a logo that has a heart and a feather, or even a reel. Look out for the heart and a feather together. I feel this person, they're sending so much love. They walk by your side. There's nothing to fear, is what I'm hearing. There's nothing to fear. And there's just so much peace is what I'm being given. And the feather is an indication that they walk with you. That doesn't help you in any shape or form, of course, but I'm just being given that as a symbol or a logo, that the love doesn't stop, the love goes on, and that they are with you, okay? And they know it's difficult, and I feel like you're going to just feel their presence there as well. So with respect and so much love, I'm going to disconnect from that energy and move on there, okay? For the rest of you beautiful Geminis, I definitely see that some of you need to address stress levels, okay? I feel like you are someone who is quite easygoing the most of the time, but there may be a person or a situation that has pressed your buttons recently, and you may have felt a little bit more grouchy than usual there, and you're just looking at any triggers during the month of March. The Five of Wands, it is in a resistance position, so it actually means, problem solving. I feel like you're going to do a lot of brainstorming this month. I feel like you're going to be very creative, very productive, and I feel anything that is counterintuitive to you or, doesn't work out for you, I feel like you're just walking away from it. Going to be lots of weird and wonderful ideas, even left field ones. Don't discount them. They're really great for you, and you will find your way through that. Now, the Five of Wands can also be an indication that if some of you are going for work, for example, if you're going for an interview or you're going for an important meeting, whether you are like an entrepreneur or whether you are, working in a company, if you have like an important meeting there, I feel it's really important to recognize you stand out from the crowd. Okay. So if you look at your skill set and you feel like, oh, they're looking for this, this, and this, but I've only got this, this, and this, I feel like you really want to pay more attention to what you can offer that others cannot, okay? Because you actually have a lot to offer. So I feel the interview is going to go really well. Make sure you bring some documents with you. Now, this could be resume. It could be like visa, passport, or because I'm just getting those energies. I mean, it may be an interview that like you go to and suddenly they ask you, I don't suppose you have like, your passport with you or, your resume with you or something, a certificate perhaps that you have, a qualification certificate with you. And you're going to be like, yes. And they're going to think this person's super organized. They've got it all. They're really serious about this role and I love them and I want to hire them. They'll hire you on the spot is what I feel. Or like within an hour or so of after going to the interview. So that's just coming out there as well. Also, this is a big month for important documents. So look at your passport, visa, or, any documents, district or council letters or something, because I feel like there is some sort of date coming to an end. I mean, it could even be like a credit card or, a debit card that's coming to the end of its due date, and you need to renew it. So I feel really pay close attention to that because it's just going to cause you a bit of tension that it's last minute. Yeah, so I just feel like something could be coming to an end and you have to renew it. It could be even a subscription or some of you may even want to look at subscriptions that you don't use anymore this month and say, actually, that's just a waste of money. So I feel like you may cut it out completely. It could even be something that you've been meaning to cut out because it comes in like a direct debit every month and you're like, oh, I should have canceled that. I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then you forget. And then next month it comes around and it comes out of your account again. You're like, oh, I meant to just cancel that. So I feel March is a month where you will cancel that. Okay. Now we're just going to move on from the energy. We've got Moon Goddess. You're reaching your full potential. Feminine energy, spiritual realms, radiance. So highly creative and productive month, this month of March. But also I feel like, you are reaching a goal. You are reaching your potential. And if some of you feel like something has run its course in your world, whether it's you've hit a glass ceiling in a career environment, or whether you've been trying something out and you feel like, you know what, I'm over this now, I want to move on to something else, this is a very explorative month for you to check out other avenues. And it's going to be very exciting there as well, okay? But this is you like either stepping into promotion or into alternative opportunities that elevate you. Also, if you're retired, this is about getting out into nature more as well, looking at your belief system, really deepening your sense of belief, but also to feel like where you belong, the sense of belonging, where in the world. This could be in another country. It could be that you're thinking about taking a vacation. There's an energy here of just enjoying your time, living in the moment, and trying to soak up everything that life has to offer. Also, we have the star energy. So a lot of you are going through a period of healing and personal development and growth, but also this is a time of inspiration, embracing those new ideas. This is a time where hope returns for you and peace of mind, clarity is sent your way as well there. Also, you're aligning yourself with a wish. So something that you've been yearning for is coming for you. So don't despair there. Because I feel some of you have really been tested recently. You may have been feeling a little bit more negative than usual, or a little bit more like things are not going your way, but things start to pick up for you in March. It says, trust your destiny, be true to yourself, and celebrate your uniqueness. So I did mention just now Especially if you're going for an interview or an important meeting, remember what makes you different, what makes you stand out from the rest, because you are unique and that is your superpower, okay? The star energy also indicates there's a brighter future to look forward to, and that you are implementing, well, I'm getting someone like implementing like, spiritual belief structures like gratitude, waking up every morning and thanking the universe for the day ahead, thanking the universe, or, if you have a certain religion that you celebrate, you may be thanking, various religious icons there for helping you in certain situations. But I definitely get a sense of your gratitude is like a boomerang. It comes right back around, and there's some really good stuff being delivered to you, some really good karma, but it comes at the end of the month for you as well there, okay? Now we do have the Fool card. So this is a leap of faith. In some area, a new start, a new path. For some of you, it could be a new job, could be a new way of doing something or a new approach. For some of you, it could be a new neighborhood or a new way of living your life. It could also be that you're taking a chance on, traveling somewhere that you've never been before, or it could be you looking at your potential, that you are brimming with potential and that anything is possible. You really get a sense that the universe is supporting you in all of your endeavors. But also this is about embracing that inner child, rediscovering part of yourself that you may feel like you've lost touch with, that fun part, because life can get really difficult there. And sometimes the responsibility weighs heavy on us and we forget about me time. We forget about all the little things that we used to love doing. So I feel some of you are reconnecting to things that you used to love doing. Back in the day, I used to love just sitting in, my parents used to hire a car every so often to go and see grandparents. And I used to get in that car all by myself when no one was looking, and I would play the music super loud and I would just sit there and listen and be lost in music. And I love that. And I haven't done that since then. So, I'm just being given that moment. Maybe this message is for me in particular, or maybe someone out there does that as well. Just sits in an environment, plays the music loud, and is just like lost in the music. So I'm just getting a sense of you rediscovering things that you used to enjoy when you were younger, or parts of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with, that you really yearn to get back to doing there. The Seven of Cups really is an indication that the world is your oyster. This is about using your imagination, fantasizing about all the potentials and possibilities that could be available to you. But be a little bit mindful with your Seven of Cups there, especially with Neptune and Pisces, because this can be an indication that, we can live a very rich inner world, but we must allow it to become our outer world as well. We can live in our head, but we must also take action on some of those things that are going on in our heads. So for example, if you're looking for love, you may visualize the sort of person you want to be with, fantasize about them, going on holiday with them, marrying them, whatever it is. But also it's important to make sure that you put yourself in a position to do something for you, but by association, you meet someone new and your romantic dreams become a reality there as well. Now, the Seven of Cups, it can indicate that you have a lot of options to choose from at the end of March, and you're going to have to make a major decision. I definitely see that some of you, especially if you've been feeling a bit scattered, or because there is a potential there to get clarity after a period of feeling like brain fog, or some of you may even locate something that has been causing that brain fog. For example, some of you may be going through the menopause, or some of you may have some hormonal imbalance, or maybe even a vitamin imbalance there, and you may address that, get that sorted, and then you're back at optimum health there, and back like completely with clarity and very articulate and finding the words that you need there. So I feel some of you are just like doing a bit of restructuring, fine-tuning, I heard, fine-tuning yourself at the end of the month there. Now we do have the Ten of Wands. Okay, the Ten of Wands is a lot of stuff on your plate, okay? I feel like you have been busy. I feel some of you are exhausted. It's really important when you get these cards, the Fool card, along with the Ten of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Wands, it's important to prioritize what's important, okay? Sometimes we can avoid the big things because they seem overwhelming, and we really focus on all the little things, whilst the big thing is still looming. So it's really important to prioritize what's important. You know, sometimes if I've got something major on and I think, oh my gosh, I've got to do that thing and I've got a deadline, because I don't just do this, but you start to think, oh my gosh, okay, let me just go and wash the dishes. Let me just go and hoover or vacuum the floor. Let me just go and get groceries. You know, I'm procrastinating. I'm doing everything to avoid the big tasks that I have. And then I tend to work quite well under pressure. So suddenly I'll be like, right, I got to do it. I got to do it now. But I always berate myself and say, why didn't I do this earlier? Why didn't I? I should have done this. I knew I should have done this. And, you know, I feel like you're trying to manage stress levels and you're really trying to prioritize in the month of March and get really organized there, okay? Ten of Wands indicates also you're clearing space for something new to enter your life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's new opportunities. This is you decluttering. So some of you could be actually decluttering your home space to create a sanctuary there. You may be doing some DIY. Also, you're looking at where you take on too much. You know, you don't like to let anyone down. So you tend to say, yes, I'll help, or yes, I'll do this, or so I feel it's really important to prioritize and make sure that, you know, if there's something that you cannot do, that you really do want to do, but you feel in that moment it's going to just be too pressurized on your time. Say something like, you know what, I would absolutely love to help you with that, but I've just got this one thing that I got to do first. And if I do that, then I'll come back to you, you know, but right now I can't help you with that. But I will if I manage to get some time. So that tells the other person that, yeah, you know what, I'm there for you and I want to help you, but I also got my own stuff going on right now. And when I've done that, then, you know, I'll definitely make you a priority after that. But right now, I need to make myself priority. Because remember, you know, we can't help another person with an empty cup. We have to fill our cup first before we can help others. So it's really important there. And that's not a selfish act. It means you're working on optimum energy in order to give the best of yourself rather than half of yourself. Okay, so it's really important. Now we do have that Ten of Cups, which means, I mean, some of you, something is ending, but it's bringing infinite peace into your world. The Ten of Cups is, you know, good fortune, well-being. It's to have it all. You know, the prosperity, the contentment, family, support, love. So this is the happy ever after. I feel like you're reaching a goal there. I mean, the Ten of Cups is really that you don't have to be super rich. It's the little things that are important. You know, that sense of love and bond between people is what's important. But also, you know, I feel like you are also worth your weight in gold, okay? And you are an asset to every area of your life. And it may have taken you a long time to realize that, but I feel, you know, someone is going to, I feel many people actually, see how integral you are to them. I feel like you will be recognized for something that will make you feel really proud. Now, it could be that your family member tells you, actually, you know what, I love you and you're doing such a good job and I really appreciate you helping me out here, or really appreciate your presence right now. Could also be like a boss who basically elevates you into a position of promotion, because the Ten of Cups can be like, you know, you having support to elevate and bring in more finances. For some of you, it's that, you know, you're launching that business that's going to be very lucrative. The Nine of Pentacles is financially independent. But ultimately, I feel like you're sticking to your plans, no matter what your plans are, because there are going to be some people who are retired out there. You're not connected to work. Some of you are working towards paying the bills. Some of you are doing really well with your company and you're trying to expand. So it depends on the part of your life that you're really focused on right now. But the Nine of Pentacles indicates that you are in a secure position. You're focusing on your plans, and, you know, I feel like you're, you know, basically being self-reliant, that you're creating a solid foundation of stability, of security. I mean, some of you may even be looking at security in your homes. And I'm not saying that because I see anything negative, nothing at all here negative. But it could be that you're thinking, you know what, it'd be really nice if we got an alarm system if you don't have one already, or maybe you're due an upgrade or something like that. I just see some of you may be thinking about that. Again, there's nothing untoward here, okay? But I just see that some of you may be thinking on those terms right now. Also, the Nine of Pentacles is to be comfortable. Okay, there's a sense of comfort in life. Comfort without feeling stuck, because sometimes comfort can tip into the energy of complacency. So I feel you are being comfortable without feeling stuck. Okay, so let me just go and get some final cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We have Gravity, Groundedness. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Thank you so much. Oh, one more. Okay. So we have groundedness, gravity. Okay, it's number 39 when you reduce it. 3 plus 9, of course, is 12 there. Hangman energy. So seeing things from different perspectives. You know, the hangman actually puts himself on the tree of wisdom, the tree of life, in order to see things that are not readily available to others, so that he can attract more prosperity, more wisdom, and more contentment. So I definitely see that you're doing that at this time. But also the hangman is to, you know, put an end to old ways of doing things in order to make space for something new to manifest. Okay, so also you may be looking at the sacrifices you make in order to get what you want in life and wondering, is it worth it? Remember, this is a month where you are looking at prioritizing what's important. But it's number 39, and when you get this card, it's really an energy of, you know, seeking a grounded perspective, gravitas, having power in a situation, and your first card there was that power. So I definitely get a sense here that you're in a really good position. You're really connected, and some of you are looking at attachments in your life, things that perhaps need to be changed. You have a natural affinity to animals as well. You can see that there. But sometimes, you know, especially when you look at this card, and it doesn't really mean this, but I'm looking at it and intuitively I'm being drawn to the gravitas, you know, the seriousness of what's going on in the world right now and how it has an effect on you and your psyche. And I feel like you're trying to remain positive, even though there are difficult circumstances there. You're not ignoring it, but I feel like there's this oneness about you. You're an empath. You just wish that the world could be a better place where, you know, we could just all get on, you know, and live in a synergy almost, that we just like know that we want to make things better for everybody, and a simplicity there as well. And of course, unfortunately, we can't always have that, but I feel like you're trying to, there's a real humanitarian connected to your soul. I feel like you're such a beautiful person, and you know, you're the sort of person who tries to do things to make life infinitely better. So some of you may even volunteer or do some sort of charity work, maybe a fun run or something there where you help other people. That's coming through there as well. Now we also have snow, silence. Okay, now when you get this could indicate some of you are working behind the scenes on something that you're not talking about, or some of you, you know, you may be putting a smile on things, not talking about some of the struggles that you've been going through. You've just been getting on by. It's number 34 when you reduce it. 3 plus 4 is 7, the Chariot card number. So I feel like, you know, you will be triumphant. You're moving away from struggle there. But also this is an energy of allowing yourself to soften. Okay, that you have a lot to say and you have incredible opinions, but you choose your words carefully, or there is going to be a period in the month of March where you have to, you know, activate diplomacy. Even though you may have some choice words that you really want to say to someone, this could be someone who's trying to micromanage you in your working environment, or if you're going through a divorce, legal proceedings or something, you could really want to like let loose and say, you're a liar, you're really being deceptive, but I feel like you're being very clever. You're using choice words to help you in a situation. And sometimes, especially if you feel someone is letting you down or is not telling you the whole truth and everything but the truth, silence speaks louder than words. Okay, so I feel really important, this card there as well. But I feel sometimes observing is the best way to gain information and trust. Okay, so sometimes being the observer, it really pays off. And some of you with these crazy weathers that we're having at the moment, you could have like lightning and snow and all of the things all at once. So it could be connected to that. But, you know, March is really about embracing that wildness, that inner passion, reigniting that lust for life there. It's number 36, really interesting. You've got all the 30s, so maybe that's a synchronicity with you in some way. Number 36, when you reduce it, of course, is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. Hermit energy, your wisdom will take you to where you want to go. But also, you know, I feel like you're in a period of enlightenment there as well. I mean, electricity, embrace your wildness, break free of self-imposed restrictions or constraints. You know, take action on something that you've been maybe holding back on. You don't need to perhaps deliberate it any further. And also, you contain that spark. Okay, don't allow yourself to be lesser. Don't allow anyone to dull your shine or try to make you fit into a little box of what they want to define you as. Okay, and also some of you are really confronting major issues head on this month, and you're going to sort them out, and you're going to be in a really strong position. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune for you. Okay, so we have the stag. Okay, now this is all about respect, ownership, connection with nature. Also, there's a connection energy there with love as well, but it really indicates something that you've been fighting for. It will be worth it, and you will be successful there. Okay. Also, there is purpose in silence. I feel wisdom will come to you. Moments of silence that you find, you will have this knowingness. Clarity will come to you. So if you can find a pocket of silence, I know that we've built a very loud lifestyle for ourselves, bombarded by knowledge, information, online stuff, noise. Trying to find a pocket of silence or even a walk in nature, it will really refresh you and just help you get clarity on some things that may have been on your mind. Now we do have Hagel. This rune is about limitations or looking at areas where you feel like it's run its course in order to change things. It also indicates that there is a payoff. You may have been going through some very difficult things, but things are about to change, and you'll see that there is reward after that adversity, okay? Also, we have the human rune. Now, this is all about the self, soul searching. This is about you being deep in thought, highly creative as well, but also there's an altruism there. So you helping other people, giving to charity or doing something for charity to help. I feel like you may be looking at people who have been selfish in your world as well, and really sort of stepping away from those people who are unevolved at this time. But I feel like you're not making yourself available to people who do not value your time. That's a main energy that's come out from there as well. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Gemini. I hope something resonates there. It was a bit of a mixed bag, but there it is. I hope there's something. If it is resonating in some way, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.